Welcome back.
Y'all know what this is? This little... So supposedly the mass airflow sensor has been an issue. Me and Dustin did some things last weekend, and I didn't record because we were just, you know, hanging out. I wasn't trying to record. I wasn't trying to... Not that it's a pain in the ass, but like, for one, I don't have much time anymore. So I was just trying to come out here, get this stuff done, and go test drive it. So let me get y'all caught up. Been driving this to work. Last week there was a day where it was really nice. It was like 75 out or something. And I was like, you know what? I always fucking putt this truck around, so I'm gonna get on it a little bit. Well, I get on it right just around 3,000 RPM. It starts stumbling and bucking, and I was like, okay, something's wrong. Well, got in touch with my tuner. Went to him, he hooks up to it on HP tuners, and we're like dead lean, 50% fuel trims, O2 sensors are pegged out. He goes and drives it. It's kind of a dog, and then he kind of fought through it at one point. He made an adjustment. I want to say he tried to richen it a little bit just to see if it was truly lean. And it still stumbled around $3,000, and then about 3,500, it lit up and threw us both back in the seat, almost chirped the tire. And ran all the way out and only had like 20% fuel trims during that. So it may be a wiring deal in my harness. We did have issues when we first put this all together. There were a couple pins in the ECU connectors that were not in all the way between the O2 sensors, and I want to say Bo said the other one was the mass airflow sensor. So I'm going to check my harness connectors again and see if that's it, but I had the stubby filter on the front. My tuner didn't like that, so I put the pipe back on to hope that maybe that was our issue. It was the mass airflow reading stupid. Changed my fuel filter because we thought we might have been down on fuel pressure if it's so lean. Checked the fuel pressure, had 60 PSI at the rails, so we have fuel pressure. Went for a test drive. It didn't make it an eighth of a mile. Did a little rip in second gear. It did a hard like misfire, bucked, made this weird squealing noise, and died. Fired it back up, ran perfectly fine, was idling fine, everything. Drove it home, got it right here in the parking spot like always, put it in park, popped the hood release, walked over here, popped the hood, and right then it just started. I'll attach the Snapchat I recorded here. But yeah, so pulled the dipstick, and there's smoke coming out of the dipstick. There's nice, beautiful metallic glitter on the dipstick. So I think we had a rod bearing take a dump.
Old Rodney came knocking.
Oh, Rodney came knocking twice this year. I have never had engine issues in a vehicle ever in all the vehicles I've had, and in 2023, January 5th, the Subaru gets rod knock, and here we are into February, the truck gets rod knock. So I guess it's just...
coming threes. What's next?
Yeah, what's next? Shit. I don't even want to know. But anyways, we just got off of work. James decided to stop by for a minute, lend a hand for a little bit. So what we're going to do is try to snatch this motor out here real quick, fast, and in a hurry, just to get it out so we can get it done and go about our Saturdays. I got in touch with Justin at X Power, and we kind of worked out a deal. And
Found the problem right here. Oh, daddy long leg behind the alternator.
Shorted it out. But we kind of worked a little deal up on refreshing the motor. So he was like, dude, it's probably not that bad if you shut it off real quick. And honestly, I just fired it up in front of James, backed it out of the spot, and pulled it in here, and it didn't knock at all. Sounded perfectly fine. So it's got to be early onset, and I know of a few tweakers that drive around with their shit rod knocking, and it's been about 3 years and their shit ain't blown up yet. So hopefully I caught it early enough. We can pull this out, get it on a stand, get it pulled apart, hopefully just turn the crank, throw some bearings in it.
383 stroker kit in it.
Maybe a 408 stroker, who knows, something. No, we'll just have like paper thin cylinder walls. But yeah, we're gonna pull this out to get it refreshed and see what happened. I kind of think it was a mass airflow sensor. It doesn't look bad. None of the diodes are broke. It's not terribly dirty, but the only code I had in here was mass airflow performance. So we definitely got to figure something out, but we never did touch this bottom end. So it may well could have just been its time.
Always touch the bottom end.
So the junkyard motor made it 700 something miles. I've never changed the
Made
oil.
it 2 years though.
Yeah, it made it 2 years, 700-mile warranty. But it could have just been the bottom end's time. We'll look at the oil when we drain it. I've never changed the oil because it's stayed pretty clear. I was gonna wait till 1,000 miles myself till I changed it. Just let everything get good and flushed around. But here we are. So we're gonna drain some fluids, start stripping this hoe down, get some wiring out of the way, and get her snatched out.
Oh, baby.
That whole bottom
wow.
edge came out. It was like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's bearing material.
Yeah, but it's like,
That's weird.
Little chunk right there.
It's usually
It's
not
like-
sludgy like that.
it's like silicone or something almost.
No, that's
Bearing material's not sludgy. It's usually like the oil breaking down and
yeah, I think it's concentrated on that magnet.
It is. Yeah, the first like goop when I pulled it was just goop.
is this camera?
Well, what are we doing, Matt? Making a damn mess.
Put it back in. And this is whack, but it is what it is.
We made sure to put it on the safest setting we had.
Y'all know the deal. Hey, but we didn't send a bolt to the moon
Yet.
off the chain this time. Oh yeah, we do it this time. Like I'm for sure putting this bitch up for sale.
A little wrecking ball action going on.
And I'm gonna leave it like the way it falls in there. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
That's how it's gonna go on marketplace, just like that.
Bet your ass, bro.
Oh damn! You got an awesome spark plug mod. Tire.
I'll just leave it down for now. I'll put it on the stand later. You wanna bust the headlight out? Hope so. Nah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put it on the stand right now.
Where we have the bell housing bolts. Get one right there.
Well,
That's that.
yeah, the oil looked pretty shitty. It was more like a sludge, so could have been a combination of. Like, I never changed that oil. Like, that was the first oil I ever put in the motor, so that could have been some old shit in the galleys that pumped through, and
Who knows?
and then the bearing material.
Well, we will know soon.
Oh yeah, we will know. I'll for sure be recording it when we bust it apart. I'm not gonna take it apart here. I'm gonna wait until we have it at X Power, and we'll just bust it all apart in front of Justin. That way, basically, more or less, that way I have, because this is how I want to bring the engine back home. So I'm making sure I take it there with the pans, the covers, all that on that, so we can seal it up there under supervision of a race engine builder, and make sure we get our shit on point.
And be confident.
And yeah, and have a good feeling that it's right and not janky. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Kind of a lame-o video, but you know, everybody likes when shit fucks up and breaks. So I figured this video will probably get 10 million views.
Yeah, we'll probably have a little clickbaity.
Oh, for
title.
sure. Oh, for sure. But yeah, while I got it out, I remember regretting that I didn't clean and paint the frame better. So while I have it out, I'm gonna get all this dust and shit out of here.
Clean up that firewall.
Yep. I feel like the motor mounts are shot.
You think?
They might be.
I don't know. See what they think.
I mean, it's the center line is centered. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a...
You're a Honda boy now.
I got old Hondas.
No, I'm gonna take the opportunity while it's out now. I'm kind of, dude. If the right daily pops up, I'm gonna buy a daily and give this shit time to be done right again. Like, I learned a lot driving it. All the little issues that popped up. You know, we had one thing after another popping up, putting some miles on it, and I kind of learned my lesson on a few things. And I kind of really want to do it right now. So,
Buy
but
it nice or buy it twice.
I also need another vehicle. So, either need to sling the shit back together in a decent manner, or get a daily and have it down for a while and try to do it right. So, look forward to some videos. I'm probably going to mess with some suspension stuff while I have access to it. I know from the alignment I needed to cut the inner tie rod, or the outer tie rod, so I'll probably do that while I got it all light and nice and easy to mess with. I'll probably jack with my whatever that is on this one, the Pitman arm or idler or whatever the fuck.
Go to Elevated Concepts, power steering rack.
Woo. Yeah, well, I'm going to get this all cleaned up and dolled up. That'll give me a chance to get the rest of that transmission fluid out of here that leaked. I'll probably go ahead and do the AN transmission line conversion while we got it nice and easy to fuck with. I got to decide. I'm going to kind of thumb through the harness. I got to decide if this harness is healthy or if I had a gremlin somewhere in the electrical. I don't know for sure. It's one of those awesome things where the engine could have just failed just because it had shitty old oil in it and it was just time, or because it was a junkyard motor with unidentified miles on it. And
But we want to go through everything before the next one goes in, so it doesn't happen to the next one.
Yeah, we're not dealing with
just in
this.
case it's something besides just the motor letting go.
For sure. We're not dealing with it again this time. So this motor's going to get main and rod bearings. It's going to get a polished crank. It's going to get new cam bearings slung in it. We'll check my crank out, make sure, or my cam, make sure it's not tore up. It shouldn't be. We didn't have any big chunks when I changed the oil or drained the oil. It was all super fine particles. So cam should be fine. Head should be fine. So
I might have
hopefully
just spun the bearing.
I think that's exactly what happened from shitty, deteriorated oil.
Probably what that squeaking noise was too.
So, that's going to be it for this one. Look forward to some kind of cleaning up in here and getting a motor slung together and throwing it back in and trying again. So, other than that, peace out, be human. We'll see y'all next time.